Hello and welcome to Hudson Valley Knits. I am Amy, also known as Memers on Ravelry and Memers66 on Instagram and Twitter. Welcome. Today is Sunday, I think it's the 14th, and this is episode 43. I promised last episode that this episode would be taped in the kitchen, and it is. There's part of it. There's the stove and the oven and everything. Sorry the window's in the background, but you can kind of see the rest of the kitchen. So yeah, I mean, here's the kitchen table. You can see all my stuff piled up here. I am really excited to be recording in here today. But yeah, we're really settled into the kitchen now. I'm so happy. We just got a few little touch-up things to do, like the trim on the floor has to be put in and around the door still. But everything's working and almost everything is unpacked. And I am thrilled to have the kitchen back. Last weekend I was going to try and podcast, and last weekend I ended up on the weekend totally like a mad woman cleaning up the whole downstairs, because it was like everything was like thrown into the living room when we started redoing the kitchen, and we never really cleaned up the living room. There was dust over everything, because you know, when you do stuff like that, you can't help it. The whole house gets dirty. So I mean, I like scrubbed every nook and cranny, and the living room is back to its old self again. It does need a paint job, but that's like on the horizon for this summer. But I kind of feel like I have my house back, is what I'm saying. And I'm really, really happy. So without further ado, just want to, before I get into all the knitting and spinning and stuff, I just want to say that I have chosen my contribution towards the prizes for my senior level long. If you haven't heard, last year I did this, and I'm doing it again this year. I have a thread in my Ravelry group, Hudson Valley Knits Ravelry group, where you can find out all the details. But what I do is for the seniors that live in our local veterans nursing home at the VA in Montrose, New York. There's a veterans nursing home there, and last year I had people knit or crochet, or even weave. You can weave. I didn't have any, but you can do that. Washcloths for the seniors, and it was a huge success. They were so happy. Everybody all the workers there were just really thrilled, and everybody that volunteered and went with me had a great time. So I'm doing it again this year. It's called the Senior Love Along, and the hashtag is SRLOVEALONG, Senior Love Along. And I'm asking you to crochet or knit out of 100% organic cotton. It doesn't have to be organic, but it does have to be 100% cotton washcloth. And for every washcloth, you can post a picture in the thread for finished objects. And every washcloth is a chance to win. So if you knit a lot of washcloths, you can get a lot of chances. And at the end of the podcast, I will show you all the prizes for this year. Now, I am going to start putting it out there that if you would like to donate something as a prize, I would be very, very grateful. Last year I got 400 washcloths, so there's a lot of people putting in for chances to win, and I know that the more I could give away or give back, the happier. So you can do that. Just PM me on Ravelry and let me know, and we can get that going. So let's start. I mean, I have a lot of everything to show you. I guess we'll start with the whips. And this is the Lefty Shawl that I've been working on for a few weeks now, maybe almost a month, I'm not sure. Let me get this away from the window so you don't get the back glare. But here's my Lefty Shawl. You see? It is very long. I can't even get the whole thing in. I'm almost out of yarn, so it should be done by the next podcast. And again, what a great shawl! I really love the little detail. It makes it really good. Just enough to keep you interested, and the colors from the Miss Babs Yummy yarn are beautiful together. Let me show you that. It's the Lefty set that I got at her year-end sale, and it's Joan of Arc and Slate, and it's Miss Babs Yummy. It's a great little sock yarn for shawls. I don't think Yummy has nylon in it, and I usually only knit socks with nylon in it. And let me see, I can tell you. Yeah, it's just 100% merino wool. Not a great sock yarn, but a great shawl yarn for sure. It definitely holds its shape, and the colors, of course, are beautiful. Let me get that. Joan of Arc colorway is just gorgeous. I'm tempted to buy more, but I have so much, I have a lot more of Miss Babs' beautiful variegated colors. So I'm knitting this with my signatures, and this is size 3. 3? Or is that a 5? It's got to be a 5. My signature's size 5s. I love signature needles. It's my new love. I think I have one in just about every size now. It's a great needle if you can afford it. This lives in my Jan Smiley bag. I think this is before she even opened her shop. She posted pictures of this on Instagram, and I loved it. I used to go for walks with my mother, and she would tell me how this is Queen Anne's lace was her favorite flower. So it's just kind of special to me, and I love this bag. I use it quite often, as often as I can anyway. And let's see what else I have, are the socks that I started last week. Let me get those. This sock pattern is by Donna Drakunis, one of my favorite designers. I love Donna because she always she loves to explore different knitting traditions, and I'm a big fan of that as well. And that's why I click with her pattern so much. So this is, I forget the name of it. Shoot. Honey something. Get that out. Honeycomb. No. This is Hornet's Honey. Here's the picture. Look at this. Look at the heel. Because look at it closely, because I did mine different. And you see the little circles? Those are little eyelets along the heel. And when I first started the heel, I did do according to her pattern. And I don't know if I mentioned, I'm knitting these for my sister Kim, and Kim beats up socks. She's outdoors a lot. She has horses, she wears boots, she runs, she rides, she does a lot. And I just didn't want to knit her a pair of socks that were going to wear out quickly. And this particular yarn I'm using does not have nylon in it. I am using, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Kauni. It's a fingering weight, and it is made in Denmark, but it's 100% wool. And this is the green, that's the main color, and this is the offsetting color. that I'm using for like the background of the honeycomb. I have tons. I will definitely have more yarn left over to knit something else with. And what I've been doing is I've been kind of working the background stitches as I kind of desire by pulling out the yarn and just kind of planning the gradient there. So I did a fish lips kiss heel because that will be great for, oh, I didn't, oh my goodness, no, I did a basic gusset heel, forgive me. Usually I do a fish lips kiss heel anymore, but this is a regular gusset, and I'm doing the stripes at the end, and I'll be starting the toe now because Kim has kind of small feet, so I think we're just got maybe a teensy bit more, and then the feet. And I wanted to mention something about Donna Dracunis that is, if you haven't heard, you should really check it out. She has a summer $5 sale. Now, let me see if I can find it. Her $5 sale includes a bunch of different things. I believe it's for the whole summer. I'm not 100% sure, but what it is she has bundles of patterns, 5 shawls, 5 mittens, and I think the other one is 5, let me see, I'm finding it, I want to say 5 shawls, 5 mittens, and 5 scarves maybe. But in bundles. She also is offering the Fairies in My Garden shawl mystery knit along, which I'm going to be starting on July 1st. That pattern is also $5. $5 summer blue out. Let me see. All right, we're gonna get this straight now. She has a, okay. You can get her Yarn Fairies in My Garden mystery knit along pattern for $5. You can get her rug pattern for $5. You can get, all right, mittens. Oh, there's 5 shawls, 5 mittens, and yeah, 5 scarves, and that you could tell is a more like a cowl scarf. You can also get, and this is like, if you haven't bought Stories and Stitches, buy this one for $5 because you cannot lose. These books, and I say books, you might call them magazines or booklets, but they are class 1 production. They are well published, so that what I mean by that is the books are sturdy, they're made to last. I think this is for, I'm not sure if it's just the digital or if it's the actual book. But you can get that one, or you can get Kitty Knits for $5. And you can also get either one of these books, Discovery or Exploration, which are designing sweater techniques from Denmark, Netherlands, Norway, and the Andes. So those are her deals that she has available for the whole summer. She has a Ravelry group, and she has a thread with a link, but her Ravelry group is called Fans of Donna Dracunis Group. I'm just saying, like, if you haven't tried her patterns or something, this is a great chance to get some patterns at a great deal. So I just wanted to bring that up. Alright, so back to whips. So that's the sock. I've worked on that a lot. I'm almost done with that one. I can't wait to start the next one. I haven't started it yet, but I'm also going to be starting my first washcloth for the year. For the senior level long, I've been bad. Alright, so I've been making the Glam Lamb sweater for Rachel, my daughter. And I've started the back panel, which is kind of knit sideways. Well, let me see. I'm going to stand up and see if I can get this. Right. This is the sleeve, the hole for the sleeve. But so this here is the back, and it's going to, like, if you can imagine it, her arm's going to be coming through like this. These are going to be like panels in the front, and then it'll go around the back, and I'll knit another sleeve hole, and then a biased side on the other side. It's really fun. It's going really quick, and I know she's gonna love it. So that's another fun project I got on the needles. But this kind of sits at my desk where I usually watch TV at my desk, and it's been sitting there because it's so big and bulky. It's not something I'm gonna travel around with. All right. And now that Outlander is over, I'll probably only be knitting on it during Game of Thrones, which is Sunday night. So is that it? That's it with whips. Yes. So let me show you my spinning. I'll start with the fun stuff first. So I left the other one upstairs. Darn it. So I'm on the second spindle. For these are from On the Round. I bought 1 ounce of I bought 2 ounces of a colorway she called Mother Earth, and this is one of the colors. This is not showing up well. The light in here. Is all messed up. I don't know why, but this is more of like a earthy brown with bits of rusty orange, and this is the second spindle full, and then I will 2-ply them. This is 100% New Zealand wool. Again, I said it's On the Round, and I am really, really loving spinning this up on my Bosworth. And I have never ever been disappointed with On the Round and any of her products thus far. As a matter of fact, I have in my just bring this a little closer. I have in my Stash Enhancement for my first skein I ever bought. But let me show you what I've done so far, because I plied and soaked all 3 of the colors that I finished so far, and you can see how beautiful they are. And my goal is to make this into some kind of color work thing with maybe a white I can, or an off-white or something. I can make some mittens, or even I was thinking like a scarf where this would be just some color work on the ends. And here are the 2 colors I've left to spin up for this series, if you will. And again, that's Rachel from On the Round. She has a cartel shop, and her Mother Earth is the colorway, and of course it's one of a kind. She's very much an indie crafter and dyer, so she does fiber preparation and she does dyeing. And again, I'm just loving it. So that's one spinning, and hold on, I gotta reach over to get the other one. This one made me cry. That's all. Let's just start and say that. I finished spinning up the loop bat that I showed you last podcast, and I started 3-plying it, chain plying it to be exact, and it's coming out awful. It's a big train wreck, and I just want to cry because I love this fiber so much, but I didn't spin it tight enough, and that's the sad fact. And look at how terrible a job I've been doing with the chain plying. I mean, because it kept breaking and I kept trying to rejoin it, which I don't really know how to do. It's because spit splicing was not working because it was so poorly spun to begin with that it was just coming apart. So I said, well, this is too beautiful to waste, and I need to take the time to do this right because I don't want to lose any more of my yardage. So I took what was left and I got my hands in, because that's what I plied it on, or I was plying it on. And I said, I'm going to take the whole bobbin, I'm going to spin it tighter. So I put this on my Lazy Kate, and I pulled it, and I attached it, and I started spinning. And I'm like, what the heck? It's getting worse. And I just, and that bobbin is actually upstairs, still on the Hanson. This is what's left. It seems to be spun tighter, but I'm thinking I'm going to still try to spin it tighter so I don't lose any more. But on Instagram, Rachel from On the Round kind of put up a post, and she asked what she was showing, something she was spinning, and she's On the Round on Instagram, just so you know. And she said she's been trying to spin finer, and if anybody had any questions about spinning finer, you know, just ask. And someone had mentioned it splitting, and she said there are two things that can cause that. One is over spinning it, so making it way too overspun, and one is what I did, which was underspin. And I told her that, and she said the best thing to do is to take it and spin it some more. So take the whole bobbin and just spin it some more, and then a little, and then some, she said, because if you're plying it, you're going to lose some of that twist in the plot when you ply. And she said, but make sure you don't spin it the wrong way, because when you take your bobbin and you spin from the other end, you have to make sure your wheel's going the opposite direction, or you're going to unspin it. And that's what I did when I tried to fix it, was instead of making it tighter, because I set it up for Z-twist. But what I should have done is set it up to go the other way, because I'm kind of spinning backwards, if you will, from the other end. Does that make sense? It does to me now when I think about it. So I kind of I didn't cry. I felt really remorseful, but it was that I had to learn on such a beautiful bat of fiber, a hard lesson. But I'm not giving up. I have one more loop bat, and I'm going to make sure I spin that one much tighter. I still like to spin the loop bats thin and chain ply them because of the, you know, the gradients of color, and they make beautiful shawls. So I'm trying to make a light fingering weight. So the next one, I hope to get perfect. I have done a loop bat before, and I had a few spots where it broke apart, and I just spliced it back together, and I didn't have the issues. This was so underspun that it was just constantly just coming apart. I couldn't even spit splice it and rejoin it. It was just kept coming apart. So hopefully, maybe, because I kind of don't want to look at it right now, I kind of have to get in the zone for this, if you will. But hopefully next podcast I'll have this done and skinned up so you can see all the beautiful colors. I did lose a lot of yardage, I have to say, trying to fix it, and lesson learned, that's all I got to say. All right, so now the part we all love. Let me get this out of the way, sorry. Stash enhancement. I didn't go out and buy anything big because I don't have the budget. But I did buy from Rachel On the Round She put up some superwash merino wool / nylon sock yarn. It's called her signature sock. The colorway is County Fair. This I also saw on Instagram. She posted it and asked for people to give suggestions for a name. And I said, name it Memer's Yarn, because that's who's gonna get it. And I did. As soon as she posted it, I bought a skein because I loved the colors. Look at this. It looks hand painted. It's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking, because it has a nylon, I'm thinking socks. But no promises, because could you imagine this in like a 3 or 4 color stripy shawl offset by some solids? I have to see what's in my stash solid wise that this might go good with. And speaking of which, I reorganized all my stash. I now have all my sock yarn, fills up my huge cedar chest at the end of my bed. It's filled with sock yarn. And my hand spun is in there too. But the sock yarn, I separated the gradients and multicolors and all that. I separated that from the solids because I have a couple of shawls I want to make that require multi-solid, like Exploration Station, and there was one by the woman. Let me go to my queue. But there's also another one that it's like a what do you call that? Queue. Oh my goodness, the word's escaping me. Oh, come on. I can't find it right off the bat. But there's a couple, like Exploration Station and some other stripy ones. Mostly by Stephen West, that I want to incorporate too. So it's easier for me to kind of find what I'm looking for if it's not all mixed up, right? So I did that, which was good. So like I said, I would love to see this around my shoulders, but it might end up being a pair of socks, a pair of nice, fun, maybe Hermione socks or something like that. I don't know. I've never knit that one, but it's in my queue as well. Next is, and if you don't want to see the Rock and Sock Club color, I'm doing this because Knit One Heart 2, Sheila always warns you before she shows you, and so I'm warning you before I show you. I also, like her, love the color for May, and so much so that I traded the March colorway, which was Granny's Kitchen, which was a green that I didn't really connect with. Greens and grays and turquoisey colors. And there was someone posted on the Rock and Sock Club thread that she didn't connect with this, and she would love another skein of the March colorway. And I'm like, perfect, because I don't care for the March one and I love this one. And there is, one of the patterns is a shawl that can be made with 1 or 2 skeins. And I'm guessing I'll do the 2 skein version. Or again, this might end up in another stripy shawl because it is gorgeous, and these are colors that I love. This is my first year in the Rock and Sock Club, so I don't have any colors to compare the way Sheila did with the similarities to other colors that the dyer put out. I just know that I love this one. I probably won't do this sock club again. If I do a sock club again, I'll probably stick with hedgehog fibers because I just like it better. Sometimes socks that rocks, sometimes the colors are just a little too far out there for me. Like the groovy one from, which was the first one. Oh, it was just too psychedelic for me. But hedgehog fibers, for some reason, I just love everything she puts out. So I'll probably go with her if I do a sock yarn club next year. And so that's it with stash enhancement. I do have 2 things in the mail which are gifts from viewers. So one I don't know at all what they're sending, and they asked not to be identified. Actually, they both kind of did. But another person is sending me art yarns. I had fallen in love with it on Facebook, and I don't think I put it on Instagram, or I might have liked it on Instagram, but it was on Facebook that they said they saw how much I gushed over it and they wanted to gift it to me. So I'm getting a skein of that. It's a beautiful colorway, beautiful blues, and I'm not sure. She said she would have it mailed here, so hopefully that the next podcast you'll see some gifts from viewers, which I can't tell you how much it means to me that when you gift me with things, it just means a lot to me. So thank you. And I'm not saying that if you don't, you should feel bad, because please don't. I love podcasting. This is not just for you, it's for me too. So don't feel obligated, but it really is nice to know it, to get a gift now and then. And even the small ones, like if you want to buy a pattern, if you want to give me a review on iTunes, any of those thoughtful things mean a lot to me. So, and I get lots of PMs too. So, I mean, even if you just a thank you PM means a lot to me. So thank you for watching. It really, really keeps me going. But I tell you, I think even if I had 1 viewer, I would still podcast, because I love talking about my knitting. And I think I mentioned this once in a prior podcast, that I was a fairly regular blogger. I had a knitting blog, and I kind of kept posting updates on my projects and things I was excited about. And I switched to video because, and I wasn't even watching video podcasts at this point, by the way. I was just following blogs, but I sit down and type up the podcast and get the pictures on WordPress. To me, was just a lot of work, and I said, well, I wish I could just record myself and put it on YouTube and link it, and it would be so much easier to just show it on a video and talk about it than to have to type everything up and get the pictures. So that's what I started doing. And I started doing that, I think, it's been over a year. It's going on 2 years now. So I think I started in like August of, I want to say 2013. And isn't that terrible? I don't know, but I can find out real quick just by going to my Ravelry page. So then I switched to the YouTube, and then I started discovering podcasts, video podcasts on iTunes, and I decided I wanted to try and get on iTunes, and I actually hired someone who's also a friend of mine to help me figure out how to get it set up on iTunes, and she did. And yeah, so if you go back to like August of 2013, it was right after my Webs trip. I went to Webs for my birthday. Boy, I'm looking at all the stash enhancement. I'm trying to think. I have knit those up. I just knit those up. I knit the Pioneer cup. That. Everything else is sitting in my stash still. Anyway, my first video blog, my first vlog post, if you will, was August 27th, 2013. And it's just on YouTube. It's not on iTunes. But if you want to see all my videos, you can go to YouTube, and it's Memers on YouTube. Not Hudson Valley Knits, it's Memers is my account. So the first one was, like I said, August 27th. And it says, my new obsession. I don't even know. Oh! I got my Hanson mini spinner. That was my new obsession, spinning. So, anyway, and I think, I'm not sure when I got it on iTunes, but I think it was later in that year, or I'm really not sure. Anyway, that's my story. But everything is on YouTube. If it's not on iTunes, you'll definitely find it on YouTube. I talked to you in the beginning about my senior love along, and I have a bin of some prizes that people have donated, and some I have bought. As a matter of fact, I bought a lot of really nice prizes for the senior love along. So let me show you. Over here, I'm going to get some stuff out of the way. All right. I'll start with some prizes that were donated. Okay. So this lovely skein, all these, yeah. Where's, oh, it's over there. Okay. These were donated by a viewer for last year, and I didn't use them all for last year's senior love along. I saved some for this year. But this skein in particular was an unclaimed one. And so this will be up again as a prize since it's been so long. And I'm actually quite worried about the person. She actually test knit, the person that won this test knit a pattern for me, my Against the Current shawl, and it's I've checked her account on Instagram and on Ravelry, and it's like she disappeared off the face of the earth, and I find it quite alarming, and I just don't know. But anyway, this this skein will be re-put in the prize bin. It's 100% superwash merino. It's black trillium fibers, hand dyed. It is I'm trying to find the yardage here. 365 yards. So that's one. The other prize will be, I have it in the bag here, this sock yarn by Stray Cat Socks, donated by the same viewer. This is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon, and it's 437 yards. And it's beautiful aquas and kiwi greens. Now this I'm going to donate both together. I love, love, love this color. It's 460 yards of a fingering weight. Beautiful heathered colors. So she donated 2 of these, and I was going to, I loved it so much I was going to keep them both, but I figured I'll keep one and donate the other. It's plenty for a nice size shawl, and it's beautiful heathered colors. I don't know if you could really, very, very nicely dyed in my opinion, and it's got kind of like a dark overtone to it. But I love these colors. So one of these skeins will be yours, one I'm going to keep. And my my other yarn prize is way over there. I have to like reach over and get it. Hold on. Lornas Place, another kiwi green and purple. This is her, it's called Jungle Stripe. And this is her soulmate. This is the soulmate, which is 55% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and 30% outlast. This is a really nice yarn to knit with. I've knit with it before, and I love the way it knits out. It has a nice drape to it if that's what you're looking for. So 1 from me and 3 donated prizes, but I also have non-yarn prizes. One I know everybody's, well, everybody, I think everybody was going to die for. I bought 2 of these last year. I bought one for myself, and I bought one very specifically for a prize. These are Fat Squirrel bags. This was her, she was selling these at Christmas time last year. It's her gnome bag. And I picked up 2. I have the exact same one. It's got a zipper pull. It's got a plain cotton lining, and of course, she always has a bag of lavender in there, which I'll leave in there, but this is, first of all, if you know that her bags are hard to get because they sell out so quick, and I just love this adorable gnome bag. So I think because the prizes will be around Christmas time, I thought this would be a great prize. So I picked this up. I also picked up last year, and it's got fuzzies all over it, a Stitch by Jessa Lou bag, a small project bag, good enough for like a pair of socks. It's like a box bag. And it's got a beautiful like dragonfly zipper pull, or is that a bee? Looks more like a dragonfly, but there's the inside. So here's another gift I'll be giving, another beautiful little project bag. And finally, because I love this book so much, I have this book myself, and I also have signed up on Craftsy for Lara Neal's Craftsy class. I really love that, it's her book, by the way, Sock Architecture. She just opens up so many different ways to knit your socks, and I just love that, and I'm looking forward to trying all the different kinds of heels and toes, because different people have different kinds of feet, and it will fit different construction will fit you differently. And so this book I thought was great for someone who already kind of knows how to knit socks. It's not a how to knit socks book per se, a beginner book, but it's great for people that like to change it up or haven't found the perfect heel for them. She gives you some tips about checking for gauge and stuff. And there are some kind of patterns, but really, if you ask me, they're just kind of basic patterns, not really anything super out there. They're just kind of vanilla socks with a couple of exceptions. And that's it. Those are the gifts or the prizes that I'll be giving away at the end of this year for the Senior Love Along. And again, if you would like to donate, please just PM me on Ravelry. I'll even take, well, I do accept donations for the podcast. If you'd like to donate specifically towards the shipping of the prizes, let me know, and I'll make sure whatever you donate goes towards shipping these prizes at the end of the year. And that is the end of this episode. I will definitely be outside next time, hopefully as long as it's nice out. And I'm trying to think, I'm going to be at my parents' house next weekend. There's a couple of places in the Hudson Valley that I have to podcast from. But when I go outside of like my neighborhood, I like to keep it light. So, but I want to podcast from a couple of beautiful places in the Hudson Valley. Oh, and I guess I'll put a couple of pictures, but I went hiking yesterday morning with some friends from work, and we had such a good time. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking, like, with all the people that come to New York for the Sheep and Wool, we should come a day earlier and plan like a big hiking trip or something with people that like to hike, because there's so many beautiful nature trails in the area. And the one we went on yesterday was actually part of the Appalachian Trail, and it's only like an hour south of Rhinebeck. So I don't know, I would really love that. I love hiking. All right, and that, my friends, that's really it. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in a few weeks. 2 weeks. I promise, no more 3-week intervals. All right, ciao for now. Bye-bye.